YR4这颗小行星撞击地球的概率曾一度攀升至3%。为什么撞击概率会不断发生变化？如果它真的撞向城市，仅仅这一个简单的措施就能拯救许多生命。看似天马行空的小行星防御计划，实则非常科学。这期视频我邀请到了直接参与计算 YR4运行轨道和撞击概率的科学家 Olivier， 让他和我们聊聊关于 YR4小行星背后的故事以及太空防御计划。
It started as routine. We have a program in which we track all the threatening asteroids that are discovered. YR4 appeared on the list, so we started to observe it. It was already quite high in the risk list, so it was already quite threatening. And with our observations, the probability of impact actually jumped up and crossed the 1% level.
2025年1月27日，这颗小行星撞击地球的概率最初为1.2%。图中黄色圆点代表了小行星可能出现的位置。随着时间的推移，这些数据点逐渐的向地球靠拢，撞击概率也随之上升。那么这些轨道数据和撞击概率是如何计算出来的呢？
That's really simple. I mean, there is nothing new. You take an image of the asteroid and you measure the position of the asteroid compared to all the stars that you see in the image. And we know the coordinate of all these stars. So that means that we get the coordinates of the asteroids very, very accurately. You get, for each point, you get an equation. All these equations are then solved together to get the orbit of the asteroid. Of course, each measurement has an uncertainty. You know, it's not infinitely precise, which means that when you extrapolate, the further you go, the bigger the uncertainty is. And so what happened is that we realized that the Earth was in the uncertainty of the orbit in 2032. And that was the beginning of the story.
当撞击概率达到1%时，这个事件就提升到了全球级别了，因为这颗小行星很有可能在未来影响到人类的安全。
That's an important threshold because if we stay under, basically it's just us working. But if we go above, we have to notify everybody, United Nations, etc., etc. That official warning, that is really official because it's sent to United Nations to inform all the countries, but it is also sent to another United Nations body, which is the Space Mission Planning Advisory Board. NASA, ESA, JAXA in Japan, the Chinese, the Russian, and then all the smaller ones like Italy, France, Germany, India, etc. And the idea is that all these, I mean, these are rocket scientists, you know, the real rocket scientists. They can start to work on planning a mission to deflect the asteroid.
截止目前 ，YR4这颗小行星对地球的威胁几乎不存在了。如果在未来真的有一颗小行星撞击地球，我们应该来如何防御呢？ Olivier 给出了很多独到的见解。
So the secret is to discover them as soon as possible. Okay? Because if we know that an asteroid is coming and will impact in 2125, we have 100 years to prepare. And that's easy. I mean, in 100 years, you can do all kinds of things. If we detect one that will impact next week, we are doomed. There is nothing we can do about it. So that, and I would say the sweet spot is about 10 years. If we have more than 10 years, we should be okay. If we have less than 10 years, it's getting more complicated. If you have plenty of time, you just need to nudge it a little bit and the orbit will change and it will miss the Earth.
Okay.
So, and the simplest way to do that is to hit it. So you have heard of the DART space mission.
DART 就是利用人造飞行器撞击小行星变轨所做的一项尝试。这颗飞行器发射于2021年，于2022年撞击到了目标的小行星。这次撞击也导致了小行星轨道发生了变化。
The one I really like is you go to the asteroid and you spray paint half of it in white.
Oh, okay. So you use a radiation, I guess.
And then you use radiation pressure, the sun will push it. It's super easy, but it's very weak. So that means that you need a lot of time.
Yes.
But the sun is going to push continuously and change the orbit.
Wow.
Okay.
It really sounds like a science fiction, but you do in the real life.
There are other ways. You can go with an ion gun. So that's a machine that accelerates ions, creates an ion beam that you target at the asteroid, and the ions will come, hit the asteroid very hard, and start digging the asteroid and ejecting dust from the asteroid. And that dust is going to push the asteroid for you.
如果真的到了最后一步，没有任何方式去阻挡小行星撞击地球了，我们还有存活的可能性吗？
So we know an asteroid is coming and we cannot do anything about it. So you have to prepare for recovery after the impact.
Oh, okay.
And there is something really super simple. Just switch off the electricity. 5 minutes before impact, you cut all the electricity in the country.
Okay.
And just by doing that, you save many, many lives because there will be no short circuit, so no fire.
Oh, okay.
And you see, that's the really little things, but just by doing that, you can save many, many lives.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Well, there are really some people working on that. The other thing is that we globally, I mean, all the countries, we are really good at disaster relief.
当然，在采访最后，我也向奥利维亚提问了他对电影《不要抬头》的看法，以及关于政府可能不会公开小行星撞击风险这一阴谋论的观点，看他是怎么说的。
It's very funny because all the characters that are in that movie, I know them personally in real life. I mean, the planetary defense officer and the astronomer. I'm the astronomer, and the graduate student to discover something. All that is real. What is absolutely not real is how it happens. The way the observations are done, that's complete fantasy. The way the orbit is computed, that's complete fantasy. So it's a mix. The other thing is that in the movie, the American authorities are completely crazy. Okay, and the good news is that actually we don't need the American authorities to work because all the astronomers, we know each other and we have very good coordinations. So that means that all the political issues are completely set aside. There is no problem in collaborating between American, Russian, Chinese, all of them. We just work together. And also the space agencies, that's a little bit more complicated, but there is also a very good collaborations. And the situation between the US and Russia is horribly complicated. Nevertheless, the Russian Space Agency and NASA, they still work together.
奥利维亚还和我分享了一幕非常浪漫、非常有电影感的一个瞬间。
Because it happens that I need to call my wife to say, okay, honey, I'm coming home late because I need to save the planet.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. That's fantastic.